Shalom! Assalamu alaikum, my friends. I want to take this video to address these two comments right here. Now, I have left comments for them, and people can see their comments, and people will see my comments. So let's go to the other first comment about Rajnun and Layla. It's a story about two lovers. It's kind of like the Romeo and Juliet story. But obviously, you don't know the true story, and you must have never read it. So you're just quoting. I don't even know why you wrote this message pertaining to this video. That makes no sense. So the story goes, in the very end of the story, Layla dies of a heartbreak, and she's buried. Later, her husband is found. Rajnun is found close to her grave, dead. So yes, Rajnun died. Rajnun died. So why are you telling me he didn't? Obviously, you're not a Muslim or an Arabic man, and you're just fabricating your own. I guess you want to hear yourself leave a comment. Next guy, this guy here. He was leaving lots of comments, and I don't know who he thought I was or who he thinks he is. I don't. You can clearly see in his comment. It's a. He said the Imam is watching. He thinks it's funny. In a manner. And here's the thing. I'm the Imam. I'm Imam al-Mahdi. Who the fuck are you talking about? Who's watching? I'm watching my own video. Yes. So. I don't care about your religious words and ideologies where you go around trying to say that Imam al-Mahdi doesn't claim to be the Mahdi. That story guy falls in the text of when I was younger, I didn't know. I had no clue about any of this stuff. That's why I don't walk around claiming. And even now, I don't walk around in the world claiming it. I do on my videos, but I don't walk in public and say it. I think I should start now. I'm going to start now. Just to fuck you all up in your fucking dead man grave where you think you know what you're talking about, and you don't. So I just wanted to show you guys these comments. I find it pretty lame. And I'm not trying to be mean to any of them. I'm just telling you, be aware of who you're commenting to. Be aware of who I am. You think that Allah does not allow me to understand who you are? I already know who all of you are. When someone leaves me a comment, I'm very intelligible to understand who you are and what you are. Even if you speak to me in another language, I will understand it when you write it to me, and clearly people understand that I do that. Because and it's not that I know it, it's that I am a man that studies stuff. I am a man that has intellect and knowledge that wants to learn something, wants to know something, you know. Somebody cuss at me in a foreign language, I'm going to find out what you fucking said. If it takes me a week to find out, I'm going to find out. And when I find out, then I'm going to address you. And I might do it in your own fucking tongue. So you can understand me. So there's more to all these hadiths than anybody realizes. There's a lot more. You listening to all these fucking stupid ass imams and sheiks and ayatollahs and all them who don't even know what the fuck they teach. They have doctrine they have to teach. You understand that? The schools that they graduated from, they had doctrine that they have to teach. It's a certain way. If they go outside of that way, then they get fired from their job and they lose their certificate. You understand that? That's why I am Imam al-Mahdi, and no religion is going to shut me down or cancel me out. Because I'm not part of your fucking programming of your schools. You understand? So, I find it funny that these people claiming to be Muslims, but that yet you see their comments, they have no understanding of truth. And that is how I can verify to understand that, you know, you're not in the right. You don't know anything. And I find it very funny that me who's not a practitioner, you understand the hadith. Imam al-Mahdi is not a practicing Muslim. Now let's analyze that. What would that mean if I were to come to you and you were a Muslim and you're in the masjid and I come to you and I say, you said to me, are you coming to prayer? I say no. They say, why? I say, I don't practice. They would say, well, then you're not in Islam. You understand that, right? That meaning is I'm not in Islam. And if the Christian were to say, come to our building, and I say, no, I don't go to your building either, that means I don't practice Christianity neither. You understand this, right? You understand the meaning of this. When I was younger, I did. I put aside my childish ways when I grew up into a man, and God guided me into the truth path. And now I know things that are beyond people. But I don't practice in anybody's shit. I practice in God's way. The only way. Not in man's way of religion. Alright? You understand that? Now I'm going to show you this. Because people like to go around saying that Imam al-Mahdi won't claim to be. And I hear sheiks on the videos. If anybody says that they're a Mahdi, they're not. And if their name's not Muhammad Abdullah, they're not. Well, let's go with what the hadith says. His name. His name. Now, if I were to come to you and shake your hand and say, what's your name? And let's say you're a man or a woman. Let's say you're a man. I shake your hand, you're a man. I say, my name's Christopher. What's your name? You're going to tell me your name. Maybe you say your name is... what name could we use? I want to use a name. My name is Adnan. You're not going to tell me your last name, because most of the time last names were titles of what you did as a job. So if you were a blacksmith and you made horseshoes or whatever, your last name usually would be Smith. That's John Smith. John Smith is a blacksmith. Right? You understand what I'm trying to tell everybody. Everybody knows this scholarly wisdom and truth. So in the hadith it says, his name. That's singular. Singular, motherfuckers. You understand that? Singular is his name. Christopher is my name. What's the meaning of Christopher? Go find out for your damn self then. Go look up Christopher, Old English, what's the meaning of it, and you'll find out. His name will be the same, or it will be like my name. What's Muhammad's name? Muhammad? What's Muhammad mean? Oh, the praised one or the anointed one. Because it's a title. In reality, you have to understand, Muhammad was not his real name. Muhammad was a title given to him, which was the praised one or the anointed one that Allah had anointed him to preach to the Arab world. You understand that meaning now? Now it says his name will be like mine and like my father's. Well, what's his father's name? His father's name was Abdullah. What does Abdullah mean? Abdullah means a servant. So his name is going to have the same meaning. His single name is going to have the same meaning as both mine and my father's together. Muhammad Abdullah does not fit that. It has to be single. Abdullah would be the last name, motherfucker, and that's a surname. So Christopher Bishop is my real birth name. Christopher Lee Bishop is my full birth name. And the Lee means hidden or safely tucked away, you know. If you go to a lei, L-E-I, is a place like if ducks or something were around in a place and waves were crashing, they find a little area that's hidden in a cave or a little area. They try to go over there and hide. Hence the hidden imam, my name. But that name got changed because I was adopted, so to hide me in occultation. That's part of my occultation. Right, you understand? So in this occultation, Lee also could be a meadow. Now, the meadow is also a place like when you go to a clearing or a meadow, first you got to walk through the forest. And then you come into a clearing. So the clearing is actually hidden in the forest. The meadow is hidden in the forest. In the middle of it, you know. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So my name alone, Christopher Lee Bishop, means... I don't really feel like telling anybody. You go look it up for your damn self. But, you know, everybody lazy anymore. So I have to do all the work for you. Christopher means he who bears... Bearer means like a cup bearer, a sword bearer. Bearer means a servant. He who bears or he who serves. The anointed. Or the praised. There's that title again. The Mohammed title. In Hebrew it's Mohammed. Arabic it's Muhammad. But the same meaning. So if you look at my name altogether and you want to read my name, Christopher Lee Bishop. Bishop, what is the meaning of bishop? He's a guardian, a guide. That's what bishop means, a guardian or a guide. Who is Imam al-Mahdi? What does Mahdi mean? The guided one. They all say I'm hidden as well, so he's the guided, hidden servant of the anointed. Plus I have the scar here. The pearl hair with it creates different effects. Like I told you, I've showed you that before. Light can play different effects all on my face, my nose, all the other stuff. I have all of them. I don't give a rat's fucking ass who tries to say that I'm not or any of that. I know who I am. Even if it's one last day that I rise, so be it. You'll be waiting. If you don't think I am him, then you'll be waiting for... who knows how long. Only 120 years, because that's the maximum I'm allowed to live. You know, man is appointed 120 years. So within 120 years, you motherfuckers are going to come to me. Regardless, I don't give a rat's ass what you think or say or teach or any of your shit. You're going to have to come to me within 120 years. Wait, I'm almost 50, so you only got 70. Yeah, I was right. You only got 70 years left to accept me. That's it. So I just wanted to reiterate that as well. Okay? And then when I was adopted, I get my name changed. My middle name got changed to Stephen, which means the crown. The crown. The crown, right? A king. And then the name Cartwright. He who builds rightly. The rightly builder, the rightly maker of carts. Or things that carry people along the path. You know, what is a cart for? You got a big cart, you make a cart. Well, how are you going to push it? You got to go on a path to push it? And what goes inside carts? You can put things in it, like people, goods, that stuff for you. And you can go and push it along a path and carry people to a straight path. So it didn't even matter. Like even though my name was changed, they changed it to another name. It still fulfills the hadith. So if you run around and you try to say you're Muhammad Abdullah and you're Imam al-Mahdi, you don't fill the hadith. I'm sorry to say. So all these sheikhs and ayatollahs and imams and teachers who have been teaching you, they're all liars. They don't even know what the fuck they teach. I find that pretty lame. That you claiming to be a shepherd of sheep and you don't even have the improper interpretations of what you're teaching people. You know, it says, woe unto you who deceives the least of my children. That includes you, imams. You're deceiving people and you don't even realize it. And you're going to be punished for it. Well, now you might not, because I would forgive you. And then you would understand me, and then you would change your way of teaching. And then you would be forgiven and you wouldn't get punished. But how many people had died before they had a chance to get to see me? Then when you go in front of judgment, you're going to be judged for what you had done. You see? But God knows the hearts of people, you know, so he'll judge justly. God's the most just judge, you know. He knows everything. So I just wanted to make that video, and then, you know, I want to put this back up here again. For all those who say that Imam al-Mahdi doesn't claim to be the Mahdi, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Here it is, right here. So you have two storylines, Muslim, now. One storyline says he doesn't. Another storyline says he does. You can't have two storylines, Muslim. Because one of you's wrong. Think about that. One of you is wrong. It can't be me because I've showed you exactly the meaning of it all. So it must be you who think that I'm not. You're wrong. Flat out. Alright? But I just wanted to make this video and make these comments to the people who had commented and everything. So I'm well aware of knowledge and truths. Even though I don't practice religion, I'm well aware of all your stories and all that stuff. Now, on some things, like I had said in a previous video, I don't know, like, like, for instance, the communion. People who have communion in Catholicism, a Muslim doesn't understand that context of it. Just like because I don't practice in Islam, there is some things that I would have to look up, which I do, to have a greater understanding of the meaning of the practice of what you're doing. The wording of it. I also have to say this. I can't stand it when people, I do it myself only because I do it because this is what you are accustomed to. So when I see imams of English-speaking native in America, they teach. And instead of saying, that is clean and this is unclean, they always throw this Arabic word, haram, halal, in their mingling of their language. I find that kind of dumb. Like I say, I do it because it's what you're accustomed to. Otherwise, I would say clean and unclean. I'd speak the English word. But because your imams speak in this dialect of cross-mingling, mixing their dialects up, English and Arabic, that's why I do it. Okay? There's lots of things I can explain, why, if, ask question. You want to know why I say it, do something, then ask me, I can tell you. But please, make this question that is comprehensible, Because some things people write to me, I don't know if you're asking a question or you're telling me something. I don't, like, if you're trying to tell me something, you shouldn't try to tell me anything. You should put it in the form of a question or something. So that way you can understand that I already know. Or that if I don't know, God will tell me right away. Just because someone else has said it to me. God will let me identify it, know it, that way I can speak it back to you, and then you will understand, oh, yes, he does know. Right? You understand what I'm saying? All right. So, yes, I laugh at when they say the Imam, the real Mahdi is watching and he laughing. He thinks it's funny. I'm thinking, I am the real Imam. What are you talking about? I can't claim the title because I don't have a scholarly thing, a graduation, that type of shit. That's what Muhammad's talking about, is when he said he can't claim. He doesn't claim, that's what it means, is I can't claim it in that manner. Until people understand that I am wiser and more right than your teachers who come from your schools, then it's like, who cares about their certificate? That's all false. They're false shepherds and false liars, so is their certificates. That's why I made mine. I'll show you mine again. That's why I made mine. Here, we'll do it this way. I click it this way so you see. That's why I made mine. It's my certificate of license. I can teach the Torah. I can teach you the Injil, the Quran, the Vedas, the Palis, the Sanskrits, Melchizedek, which nobody really knows about that order but me. I can teach you about Psalms, Proverbs, whatever you want to know. I can teach you about Confucius. Teach you about Confucius. Here's my certificate of license to certify Imam Bishop Cartwright Christopher as the servant of the living Word of God. Nice little golden certificate. Right? I'm mocking people. That's not real. Well, it's real to me and to the Most High God because, I don't need a certificate to prove that I'm wise. I can speak and people will understand that I'm wise. Just like you can hear a fool speak. A fool speaks in his folly, right? A wise man will speak in wise tongue, and you can understand it. So, what do people want to know? Shalom. Assalamu alaikum.